Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Co-optional Lounge Live.
Yay!
For those of you who have never seen the Co-optional Lounge before, this is something of a mix of board games, there's no board, and improv comedy. We're going to be playing a few different games for you today, and the winner of those games will be determined entirely by audience participation and how loud you get, whether it be cheers, whether it be laughter, whether it be sobbing. You know, it's day 3 at TwitchCon. Yeah. We totally understand. That's an acceptable reaction. And I have a wonderful panel here to play these 3 games with us today. First, sitting to my left, Dex Bonus.
Hello. Thank you, thank you.
Sitting to her left, the one and only Strippin.
Hello. Hi. Thank you. Queen's Wave.
And on the left couch, Mr. Jeff in Control Robinson. And last but by no means least, coming in at the last minute, the ravishing retro reviewer, Pro Jared. We have 3 different games for you today, probably taking about 30 minutes each. We have a nice, big, imposing, scary timer down there. It's going to remind us that we're running over. So the 3 games are going to be... Clock. Yeah, it is really. Countdown to destruction. Yeah. We have 3 games. We're going to be starting with this rather strange-looking item. This is the Bucket of Doom, the death-dodging party game. Very simple.
That to CoxCon?
We did indeed, yes. We met the developers of those guys out of England. They're called Big Potato Games. I think they even have a little sticker in here. Isn't that adorable? That's lovely. Yes. Now, the Bucket of Doom is very, very simple. These guys will be dealt a set of cards, and those cards will be ways and means out of a horrible, horrible death situation.
Nice.
You will have to choose the card that you think is most appropriate or useful for escaping your doom, and then explain in a satisfactory manner how, say, a piece of pumpernickel bread could assist you from escaping a scenario in which you've got a cucumber jammed up your ass. It was an accident, honest. It won't come out for love nor money. A good question.
That is not what I expected to read over your shoulder.
Well, there you go.
We're starting off strong.
Surprise, surprise. All right.
I thought you said death situations. That doesn't...
I mean...
There's a cucumber
eventually
stuck up your butt forever.
Eventually. There are going to be complications associated with that.
It's 90% water. It's going to break
down. You won't be able to poops for so long.
It's a problem.
You'll die.
It's a genuine issue.
Yeah.
So I'm going to deal 5 of these cards to all of these wonderful players right here, and they can use either side of the card, whichever they would prefer, and hopefully they'll be able to come up with something acceptable. We're just going to pass them down. Yep. All right. I'm going to give you 5 each. They're double-sided, so you can choose whatever you like.
Okay, we can choose either side?
Yep. And if that's not true, I'm just making the rules up as I go along. It doesn't really matter. Let's be honest, we're not playing this competitively. However, you are going to have to deal with a horrible situation. You're in the ER with chest pains. An X-ray reveals a parasitic alien living inside you, ready to burst out. You're going to have to find a solution to this quandary in your hand somewhere. And whoever is ready to go first, they can feel free to raise their hand and begin their pitch to escape this horrific death.
Easy.
Okay.
No problem.
So you
chest
say.
Pains.
Yep, chest pains.
Size of body.
Yep.
Probably don't trust the ER to get an alien out. It's beyond their expertise. At this point, like when you got that kind of pain, you need a more primal solution, but you need to get it out, right?
Right,
so
yes.
what better way to burrow inside of yourself than having an angry beaver just gnaw its way through, get that cavity open, find the sumbitch, and rip that dude out. I already own an angry beaver.
Really?
That's why I have the car. So
okay, right, fair enough.
I don't need the ER. I got this golden. Like, they gave me the diagnosis, and I've got the solution. So I'm just going to go.
I can think of several issues that would come along with that. Yeah. For instance, angry beaver, not known for being particularly hygienic, probably didn't scrub up before it went into the ER.
Right.
Worth noting that you could end up dying from some sort of secondary infection. Could be a problem. Might be able to dig it out, but you may also die of blood loss. You've got to consider that.
I can improve on his
Really?
situation.
Can you do better than that?
I can.
Let's find out. What do you got?
This one is going to use a little bit, you're going to have to be a little bit more free when you kind of consider this. It is 2017, so I'd ask that you guys be really progressive.
Okay.
So he's got an angry beaver? That's all kind. That could be a death card in and of its own.
It can, yes.
I suggest. Mine is, and again, hold your comments till after. It's a horny ferret on a leash. So
I'm glad we're all
Couple
going
of things.
for like animals.
Animal-based solutions to our
TotalBiscuit
modern-day
talked about
problem.
how it could be dirty. I would suggest that it's on a leash. It is domesticized. It's been
Ferrets are
cleaned.
surprisingly clean animals.
They're very clean animals.
true.
I made that up.
You're playing the right game.
Yep.
So very similar situation. I think it would make point of entry. This could be a rectal entry. This could be chest.
Any
throat.
orifice, really, that's more
Also,
convenient.
between the two animals, a beaver, a little bit more expansive, a little bit wider.
True.
Tougher to get in there. Ferrets, cylindrical, very easy to get inside of your body.
They're very adaptive for that kind of situation. You're right,
Very
the
much
right
so.
kind of shape and size.
It's been proven. It's in science.
Yeah.
You can go right to the source, but the other just fucks you.
I mean, I don't remember the last time I was fucked by a ferret on a
I don't know
leash,
why
but-
he's
horny.
I don't know why he's
I mean,
making
it's true.
arguments for my case, but
You know,
thank
that is one point that you did sort of conveniently ignore, is that this thing's a bit of a horn dog, right?
Sure,
It
yeah.
could be a problem.
Honestly, what's one of the
feel like it's
best
gonna
ways
get
to get through a
distracted.
surgery
Yeah, it may get
if not
distracted.
to have sex with a ferret while this is going on?
Yeah.
Not as much laughter or support. It's okay. There was
Not as a progressive
a
crowd.
little bit in the center, though. I did see my ferret
Yeah,
lovers in there. That's good.
Getting a
So
little bit of it.
I just think basically all of his arguments plus cleaner and more domestic animal.
That's fair.
So that's
Yep.
my
I
argument.
can definitely see why that would be helpful.
Yeah.
But stripping, do you have a better solution than that?
Whew, for me personally, it's going to come out. I don't want the hassle. Adoption papers. So it's someone else's problem now, not mine.
That's pretty good.
There we go.
Very much an
All right.
ex post facto solution to the problem, like sort of ignoring the obvious problem of it ripping out
I
of
just don't
your
want the hassle.
abdomen or anything else like that. Yeah, we understand that, but do the adoption papers actually help you get the thing out? They deal with it after the fact, sure, but
It's going to
He's
come out.
won my vote, though. Ours involved, ferrets.
a lot
Yeah, I
of
didn't
animal
even think about what I'm going
violence,
to do with it
you know?
after. That's,
This at least is rehabilitative,
A
right?
lot of ownership here, too. You're like, you know what? I gave birth to you. You're mine.
Someone wants you.
Someone will always love you. There is
It's just not me.
no. And it's good that you recognize that very early on so that someone else can give it a better life. Yeah? Helping out two people there.
That's it, by the way, from Stripping. That's his whole argument. He just,
I mean, it's not a bad one.
Yeah.
It completely ignores the problem.
the card
but-
explains itself.
You know, thank you.
I would like to double check with my husband. Is this the one that wipes your brain?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Go on.
So it's an alien parasite, right?
It is.
So I'm going to just go to the Men in Black and say, hey, can I get your neutralizer? And I'm gonna wipe the parasite's whole shit. I'm going to be like, you don't know what's going
that's
on.
to wipe your memory of.
I mean,
This thing is alive. It
True.
has memories that can also be wiped. And it came here Goku style, and it was told that it needed to do a thing, and I'm going to wipe its brain, and that way we can take it out safely, and it's not going to suck on anybody's face. It's going to be like, I don't even know why I'm here.
I mean, are you afraid it might panic in the process? Without having any clear direction, it might
I'm
do even more damage?
panicking.
Sure. Fair.
And it's a parasite on me, so it's already panicking
She's
because I'm
wiping
panicking.
the memory of an unborn parasitic alien.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you wiping?
Look, I'm saying I'm wiping all of the instinctual stuff that's been planted in their brain of this is what you need to do. Wiped.
Do you remember this happening?
What?
I mean, you could use it on yourself
you
as
remember
well.
the parasitic alien in your chest?
This happened already?
Well, yeah, that's one of the side effects of the neutralizer.
Oh my God.
You didn't realize.
Oh no, it also sort of affected me. Oof,
Yeah.
I didn't think about this.
It's all right.
didn't
They changed her name. And she's gone to a loving family now, so it's okay. You can move on your little life. You don't
Look,
need to worry about it.
together we wiped its brain so that it doesn't continue trying to destroy humanity, and it also has a loving home.
That's fair enough. I don't think any of these is a reasonable solution, but the audience may very well disagree with me, and they're going to determine who wins this round. So, do you believe that the solution to this parasitic alien attempting to burst out of your chest is an angry beaver? One guy in support of the angry beaver.
What I like about it, though, is they started to clap,
single
and then
clap.
there's only one, and we're like,
Immediately.
no.
He went,
That's it. He's like, Jared, I love you, but sorry.
I tried,
this
my dude.
time.
I tried.
I think we can safely say that is not the winner of this round. That said, 40 ferrets on leashes.
Yeah! That's like 3 people, and they full clap.
That was a good one. But are you concerned about the future well-being of this alien and its adoption by a loving family? Everybody needs a home. Yeah, everyone needs a home. I feel like that, yeah. And you completely forgot her answer, since it was a neutralizer, so I think by default...
When did I get here?
What are you even doing here?
I want to see if it's more than Jared's, though.
All right. Men in Black 2 neutralizer?
Oh, my God. You guys will clap for anything.
Low-hanging fruit there, Jeff. But regardless, Strippin and his adoption papers win the day. Congratulations.
Yay!
All right.
So do we now get one more?
Indeed. I will give you each an extra card.
Thank you.
You just sort of hand that down the line there. There we go. It doesn't really matter. It's fine.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Our next horrific situation, ladies and gentlemen. You're on a walking safari. Wildebeest stampede. That's the whole thing. There is a wildebeest stampede. You're on a walking safari for some reason with no regard for your own safety. But you're going to need a solution. Wildebeests are stampeding towards you at this very moment. What do you do?
I've got this.
All right. What is your solution?
So you want to stop the wildebeest, right? But you don't want to do it in a way that's going to, like, really negatively affect the environment.
For God's sake.
You want to
Why do you care?
You want to make sure that whatever you use is going to return back to the earth and maybe help things grow, right? So I'm going to just,
hard sell.
Between me and the wildebeest, I'm just going to put 100 pounds of horse shit. Because, the acidic quality of the manure is really going to help out with some plant forms that maybe don't always get the soil qualities that they need. And also the wildebeest are going to be like, what the fuck is this? And they're going to leave.
Okay, well, you may be trying to create an arboretum here, but again, I do need a better reason as to why the wildebeest would suddenly give up at this point. They're just not a fan of piles of horse shit?
They're going to run through 100 pounds of horse shit?
Isn't a wildebeest a ton each?
Yeah.
Do they really care about that?
No. Let me talk science.
If you say it with confidence, more people will believe you.
You guys, if we can abandon Dodgers leftist propaganda agenda for a second, okay? I want to drop just a metric horse-ton shitload of science and logic on you guys. So mammoths, or no, what are they? I just killed my
wildebeest.
Okay, forget about mammoths for 1 second.
Okay. I don't know if I can do that. I'm always thinking about mammoths.
What is a wildebeest if not a contemporary mammoth, though, right? Kind of get yourself there mentally.
Right. Sure.
Now, one thing you'll notice when they stampede, Lion King, all these movies, what do you not see them doing? Trampling each other, right?
That's fair.
They will directly run over anything in front of them, including horse shit, but not each other. So I have a frozen baby mammoth, which I think is just close. Hang on. If you place this in front of you, the stampede, as far as scientific evidence has concluded, will divert almost like a parting in a river. They'll just kind of separate away from it, as they do not want to run into their own, much less one frozen and from 2,000 years ago.
Just 2,000?
They're not mammoths, though.
Wildebeest and mammoths are basically the same.
They're not mammoths.
It's hard to disprove that. We don't have any mammoths to really disagree with that proposition.
Big bodies, hairy, not TotalBiscuit, yes.
Fair.
They're also, this is also in a very warm climate. It's not going to be frozen for very long.
Which brings me to my next point.
Great.
Once unfrozen, now we
have a dead baby mammoth.
That's looking at it very pessimistically. I'm thinking of Encino Man type situation where now we have a revived frozen baby mammoth, which can lead to Jurassic Park. It can lead to just such...
Right, so why would
that worked out so well last time.
Why would you put it in a wildebeest stampede when this wonderful last bastion of mammoth DNA is going to get crushed to death?
Because if it's going to survive, I need to see it survive in the wild. I can't have it. I don't want it in a lab all covered.
It needs to pull itself up by its bootstraps and prove that it can individually survive on its own.
I feel like its cries of anguish and loneliness would also separate.
Absolutely. Or one would
Amazing.
step forward and claim it as their child with adoption papers, also possible.
Well, it is a solution of sorts. I will admit to that. But can anybody top it?
So I think he's on the right path here.
Okay.
Not the whole mammoth situation, but wildebeest, when stampeding, they're doing that because they
escaping danger.
All right.
What they want to do is get away from danger. So if there's danger coming to me, all I got to do is divert them away from me
that sounds
using
reasonable so
danger.
far, yeah.
Perhaps say one of their natural predators.
Okay, such as?
So I have a depressed circus tiger. Work hasn't been great. His boss has been really harsh on him. He tries his hardest. He's got one foot out the door, but he kind of needs the money. You know why he's depressed? Dude hasn't hunted big game in a while.
True.
You show him a stampede of wildebeest, he's like, boom, he's on right away. He's going to get right in there. The wildebeest are going to freak out, and they're going to divert away.
Yeah,
I'll be okay.
Absolutely what happened to
Yes.
Simba's dad.
Exactly.
Come back to Lion King.
Yeah.
That was more of a line.
They escape.
That was the
He's
same thing.
happy again. He goes back to work. He's better than ever. He gets a bonus, and everyone's great.
Also, his sales pitch it's a lion that's then not depressed or tiger, right?
It's depressed right now because he hasn't eaten fresh wildebeest in who knows how long.
So you want to change his situation.
Exactly.
Also.
No,
This
not
is a
only
better
are you
situation for
saving
both
your
of us.
life, but also improving the potential career path of this tiger.
Exactly.
Which I think is a very thoughtful way of approaching this.
Also,
And you know what?
Power Mufasa.
After he eats, he's going to go
We're
back.
back to the leftist propaganda.
Indeed, yes.
Okay.
He's going to eat. He's going to go back to the circus. He's going to get the bonus. He's going to have that employee review, and his boss is going to look at him and say, hey, you know what? You're great.
No.
Boo! Get out!
Sorry.
Pro Jared's just now a 150-pound pile of cheese. God damn it.
That was my backup plan.
I think you guys are looking at this the wrong way.
All right.
Ultimately, the wildebeest is going to hit you. Maybe you live, maybe you don't. But the real question here is, like, where does the fault lie? You know? And that is where the high school field trip permission slip comes in. Because this isn't on me. This is on the education system, the teacher that put me in this situation.
So what you're suggesting is, as long as you survive, suing the school district will pay for your medical bills.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's worked out great for Americans.
I mean, if there's anything that works in America, it's suing other people. It's a great solution. And to be fair, we're only talking about surviving the situation. We're not necessarily saying you have to survive intact.
I could be horribly disfigured. I'm still
You could
gonna
be.
make bank.
But you'll make, you will make, if not, your family will be able to live off the remains of the settlement for the rest of their lives. So, it's a positive outcome regardless of what happens there.
You guys are doing so much work to attach that card to his argument right now.
What do you mean?
Field trip permission slip without being sued? Like,
I'm trying my best.
I have fond memories of field trips, and none of them
Involved
litigation.
stampeding wildebeest? Because, like,
2017,
you grew up in a
mate.
pretty sheltered community
enough.
by the sounds of it.
You
To
can
me.
only go to the petting zoo so many times. They got to step
Yeah.
up now. So.
You want to throw science to the wind to save yourself. So you're not
I was
winning
throwing
either.
science to front of me?
Not to the wind,
around
but just placed gently.
Placed gently in
my
front of
body.
stampeding wildebeests, yes. The only living example of mammoth DNA. Basically, as usual, with your right-wing propaganda, you're trying to destroy science, as we're well aware.
Prove that it's worth being here.
Indeed. Well, we have 4 absolutely awful solutions to this problem. And I would like you to decide which is the least terrible. So, starting with perhaps the most contrived, high school permission slip. Oh my God! I mean, that's a reasonable amount of support for America's litigious legal system. I like it. 100 pounds of horse shit.
Thank you.
I'm trying to work out if they're applauding for your answer or they actually think you're 100 pounds of horse shit.
Both I should hope.
Wow. Destroying the future of potential biological sciences. A frozen baby mammoth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got some support for that. Got a bunch of anti-science people in the audience who like it. And last but by no means least, do you really want to help out this poor, depressed circus tiger? Sympathy vote wins.
Yeah.
Congratulations. All
Even
right.
after that great
We've got
joke,
time to
I
go
can't-
more rounds before we move on to the next game. That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give you 2 new cards.
How come
Options.
you don't ever have to...
I'm moderating this panel. I'll playing the other games with you.
Okay.
I'm moderating the panel.
He's being a professional.
Indeed.
Seems really
Can't trust
moderated.
any of you lot to do it. Come on.
They're not for you.
Hand them
Yeah,
down.
one of them is.
Well, no, I'm being generous. I'm
Oh,
a generous
two per
god.
person.
I'm being
Holy
a generous
crap.
god. Here.
I
have
wasn't
two.
paying attention 'cause
No,
I
of
was
course
so
you weren't.
upset.
That's why I'm moderating and not you. All right, everyone got 2 extra cards?
Yeah.
Great.
Yes.
Well, your next death-defying feat will involve the following situation. You are at the top of the Empire State Building in the fist of a giant gorilla with serious anger management issues. What do you do?
There's a lot of
The audience is thinking, I'm not sure what I would do in that situation. Let me contemplate that for a moment. Jared,
Yeah.
are you
Okay.
about to ruin everything?
No, everything's great. This is perfect. So, I'm at the top of the Empire State Building.
Yep.
Angry monkey coming
Big
up.
gorilla, huge
Wow.
gorilla. Doesn't like being
That's-
called a monkey. Definitely doesn't like being called a
terrifying.
monkey. So,
So what you do, whenever everyone does at the top of the Empire State Building, you're like, on the observation deck, you're looking over. What do? You throw something off, right?
No.
no,
You can kill
that's
me.
actually illegal.
You
That's
can hear
terrible.
kill a man.
Yeah, you will.
Exactly.
That's why
I
you
have
don't do it.
$5 in coins.
So,
They're
if you're
all
approaching it,
nickels.
you might as well die
So
anyway.
as, like,
So
the
kill
monkeys-
as many as possible.
Yeah, as the monkey's coming up, I'm just
I don't
like
think that
little
works with
bullets just
coins.
coming down.
Does he know he's already in its fist?
I don't know, but I'm going to reiterate that he is.
Oh, I'm in the fist?
You are in the fist. You're very much in the fist.
All right, he's got tolls to go through. Wherever he's taking me, there's a lot of expensive systems. Like, hey, man, I can at least, get me out of your fist, and you can at least save yourself some money on tolls.
Man,
So you're trying to bribe him with $5 worth of nickels.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
We can't use pennies at the toll.
I'm not 100% convinced. I'm pretty sure his transportation wasn't fit in a New York parking spot anyway, so I don't know about that one. We'll have to see. Maybe the audience disagrees. Jeff seems to have a few ideas of his own.
He blunted my brain with that argument. So it's kind of like
That's a fairly common reaction to being
I'll
around
try
Jared
to
for too long.
recover. Now, I'm going to use science here, and it was fairly popular, although it did lose to whatever that argument was.
Wow.
Giant gorillas with people in their fists really appreciate kind of a certain type of physique. We have Godzilla to go off of. It typically ends up being a woman, a curvaceous one.
I don't remember the last time Godzilla picked up a woman and carried her around. I think you're thinking of King Kong.
Isn't it King
Or
Kong?
Definitely Godzilla.
What? No, it's King Kong.
No.
But King Kong's the gorilla, which is what I meant.
Yes.
I said Godzilla. Sorry.
Yes. 100% not that.
So much science in here. That
And I can understand,
Science fiction.
To be fair, you do need a very high IQ to play this game. So
Appreciate it. So it is King Kong that I'm talking
it is, yeah, of course it will.
Now, one of the best ways to draw his attention away from you and perhaps save your own life or give him something else is with a late 70s edition of Playboy. There's a few arguments to be made here.
Okay.
Okay, it's not
I wait
just
with
that they
bated
have
breath for this.
curvy women as kind of their feature, which, again, we know through movies to be something that they're
He does tend to have a certain type, that's fair.
enamored with. Yeah. There's actually, gosh, this is tough. There's an argument I want to be making for this, but it's hard to make. You guys got to laugh in support of this, okay? So women in Playboys in the 70s also had a lot of body hair, and so do gorillas.
Okay. You did not get the support you were hoping for in that one.
You know what, though?
You know what, Jeff?
Oh, boy.
Keep
Way
going.
better than dead silence, because dead silence, I just excuse myself.
That is a problem, yeah. That is the last thing we want.
I'm
in a
all
panel
grossed
like
out.
this,
So that's it. That's all I
time to
got.
leave.
I'm going to pull a strip and just kind of set the card down and hope that you guys shed mercy on me.
Fair enough.
I'll give you $5 for that Playboy.
Well, you're both dead, but at least one of you made a profit from it. Sam, you could surely do better than that.
Well, I'm going to continue my philosophy of being a realist.
Realist.
I'm not in a good position.
No, not really.
And so I think I'm just going to toss out like a missing person poster in the hope that someone would give a shit.
So, I mean, you don't think that people would be well aware of the person that is being covered by 200 different newscopters in the hands of a giant gorilla on top of the Empire State Building, one of the most iconic buildings in the world?
America.
Have you seen his hands?
I mean, we don't have long attention spans when it comes to the media here. I do understand. We're moving on to the next thing very quickly. If it's not on Twitter, we don't really care. But a missing persons report?
No, it's just a poster. Like
Okay.
me.
So you didn't even report.
One.
Yeah.
So it's one poster.
There was no time
Just
for a
a
report.
single one.
I'm missing.
Right. So
That's it.
you are hoping that
Selfie.
the NYPD happens to come across this one particular poster and decide that you're worthy of their time.
Was someone adventurous?
Fair. Missing persons reports have to be filed, what, about 24 hours
Just
after
the
you went
poster.
missing? Oh,
It's just
God.
the poster.
All right.
A report.
Okay, so that's not governed by any of those rules. That's fine. Okay, so, well, you are certainly missing. What's going to be left of you to be found, I do not know, but I would like to find a good answer. So, unfortunately, the only person I'm left with is you, so let's see what we can come up with.
Well, from what I can tell, from all of the media in which there is a giant gorilla that is
Of which
involved
there
in a
is a
kidnapping.
lot, yes.
There is actually a lot
There's a
of
good
it.
amount of
You
tape on
always
that.
realize at a certain point that they're much smarter than you think,
Okay.
right? They actually understand quite a bit. So I want to just like take a second of their time while I'm just, about to be crushed to death and show them a copy of the National Enquirer and try to convince them, you don't want this because like you're going to wind up in here and it's going to be bad. It's going to look really, really bad for you because like they already tell all kinds of lies. Like this is already a terrible
You're like a Jehovah's
situation.
Witness of giant gorillas.
But like, I just want to like take a second and talk to the gorilla, like
About the
person
optics
to gorilla,
of the situation?
and be like, look, man, this is already bad, and you're probably gonna get arrested and put in giant gorilla jail, but we can make this a better situation by just like hopping a few buildings to the right and crushing the National Enquirer.
I think that's worth applauding just on the basis of the destruction of the National Enquirer.
This took a turn I wasn't meaning for it to,
But I don't think there's anyone in this room that's going to object to that idea, so that is fair.
that way he'll be a hero in the end.
Yeah, I mean, you're dead, but you will be remembered forever as someone that made America a better place, so...
You're in his hands. You're helping.
I know, I'm part of it. I'm going to jail too.
This was all a conspiracy from the very start with this damn gorilla. The destruction of the media in this country. The fourth estate has been wiped out.
It wasn't that funny.
She strongly disagrees with that assertion. So, ladies and gentlemen, they're all somehow in the fist of a giant
Are you
gorilla.
kidding?
That gorilla is really pissed off. And the solution...
Still laugh?
Yeah, she's...
Yeah, she's gone. She's checked out. It,
Ignore me!
What do you mean?
it only took 27 minutes to break her. We've got 62 minutes left of
I
this
know,
show.
oh my god, I need to get my shit together. Continue.
Okay, well, will $5 worth of nickels? No, it won't.
$5 in coins doesn't sound too bad right now, huh?
You'd rather have that than be here, I can guarantee. A 70s copy of Playboy.
Thank you. Makes
That's
sense.
my favorite.
Rest in
Makes
peace,
sense.
Mr. Hugh Hefner.
It's a master class, yeah.
It is, yeah. Read it for the articles, absolutely. Strippin, your solution wasn't really a solution per se. It was to let at least one person know that you're missing.
Oh, it's a poster. They can see it. More people can see it.
It's a good poster. And in terms of Dodger, she was conspiring with this
Don't.
gorilla the entire time
Don't.
to destroy the National Enquirer.
Thank you.
Which, to be fair, is probably only one of those solutions that would save a life. So she wins by default there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What?
Well, yeah, she was conspiring with the gorilla the entire time.
Yeah, we were buds.
She was never in any
We're
real
gonna
danger.
Take down the system.
There's probably at least 100 employees inside that building.
Look, no one said they weren't given fair warning. They should have evacuated. It was a
You have
predictable
to
outcome.
save yourself, not save everybody else. I did what I had to do.
And we all view you as a hero for it.
Thank you.
Right, that, ladies and gents, was the Bucket of Doom. Was a good 30 minutes of absolute nonsense. But to get this off the table, we're going to move to our second game. The name of this game is Fun Employed. It looks something like this. Here we go. It's a game successfully launched on Kickstarter, and it is an interview game of actual jobs and absurd qualifications. So, what we have here is, for this game, I'll be playing the role of the employer. And these guys will be playing the role of applicants for the wonderful jobs here at Co-optional Corp. And they will be building a resume from a big pile of black cards right here. Now, the reason we have this table is not just to store boxes on, because we can throw those all over the stage and nobody really cares. But what we can do is we're going to be setting up a grid here of 10 cards that these guys will be able to pull from. So they're each going to be dealt 4 cards each, and they're going to be part of their resume. You're going to look at those cards, you're thinking, some of them, these are terrible, I can't make a good argument with this. You will be able to take from the center row a card to replace it. You can take as many cards as you like to replace it, up to 4. And
So not as many as you like.
not really, up to 4. You know, there are limits to our freedoms, Jeff. And once you have your 4 cards, you've got your resume in order, and you're all going to be doing this at the same time, by the way. So if you see a good one that actually makes sense, you're going to grab it.
Up?
Oh, yeah. So we're going to have, you have to come and dash over here and grab them.
Great.
And then I will be revealing the job. We can take 10 cards here. 4, 5, 6.
Good luck.
8,
Thank you.
9, 10. All right. Sam, your job is to set up a grid of 5 cards and then 5 cards, 2 rows.
Okay.
And everybody else is going to be dealt 4 cards here.
They're face up, right?
They will be face up, yep.
All right.
They're going to be face up. So 4 cards for you. Yep. 4 cards.
You want me to read them out?
We will do that. Oh, you don't need to do that.
Okay.
Because we're going to be grabbing from
Face up?
there.
Oh, no, these are the ones we... Okay. I got it.
Yep. So we're going to give you 4 initially. So you're going to have to use all of these cards in your resume, and you're going to have to explain how each of them would somehow be useful to the job. Now, just to throw a little spanner in the works, there is also a final interview question.
John, what's a lumbersexual?
A what?
A lumbersexual.
It means that when you look at lumberjacks, you're like, hell yeah.
I mean, I don't know what that is, but you're going to have to explain it to me.
I just did. There's
Indeed.
nothing
There
else
you go.
to say.
Does everybody have 4 qualification
That's not
cards?
what it is.
She absolutely made that up.
Probably not. That's all what it is.
It's definitely what it is. What
But
you
yeah.
guys think is when you look at wood, you're like, hell yeah.
I mean, that's entirely feasible. It's 100% possible. Just to throw a spanner in the works, even if you manage to explain your resume, I will be asking you one final question each, which is a random qualification card from this deck, which you're going to somehow have to explain away and prove to everybody here that you are the best applicant for the job, which in this case is the Vice President of the United States. Which, considering the current situation, just pick whatever you like.
Yeah. Why do we have qualification cards for that job?
I mean, you have a fair point. We could just move on to something else that actually requires some sort of qualification. But let's assume, for a second, this is a bit of a fantasy world that we have right here, that being the vice president requires some sort of qualification.
And I have to use all of these
experience.
cards.
You have to use
But you can
4 cards,
swap-
but you can
swap up to 4
Yeah,
out.
you can swap some bad ones out if you want. So you've got to figure it out. Those 4 cards will make up your resume. And then I'll be
you get to
interviewing
argue
you for
all
the
4?
job of vice president.
So we get to argue all 4 in our resume?
Yep, all 4.
Okay.
So
grab 'em?
swap them out. If you take one, put one back.
I am going to take lumbersexual.
Once you have all 4, I'll give you a little bit of time. So we're going to go for Vice President of the United States rather than Vice President of Co-optional Corps. Somehow I'll be interviewing for this job. Not really sure how that happened, but probably makes more sense in the current system.
See,
Cutting hot takes right here on the Co-optional Lounge.
jackhammer.
Yes.
Goes along
All right.
lines.
I'm seeing some interesting stuff here. In these qualifications includes having a magic wand, being like butter, being a mediocre assassin, as well as owning a bottle of massage oil and so on and so forth.
Having jetpacks is a...
Having jetpacks, I mean, I can see the usefulness of that. So who would like to interview first?
Me.
All right.
All right, bro.
Is that how your interviews usually start? Because...
I'm really excited to audition. Is that what you call it for vice president?
No, but I can add that nomenclature to our HR manual at future date if that
would be rad. That would be
that's something we'd be able to do. So
sick.
no, we are looking for a very qualified applicant for this position
Right,
of
dude,
Vice President of the United States. So
I got you, right? Because you're trying to connect with
I want to know where this is
kids,
going.
bro, right? And
Uh-huh,
I've
okay.
got super loose morals, so I don't even care who's the president. I don't care at all. I'm just ready to be here and be vice president because that sounds killer.
Connect with kids and have loose morals?
So just
Nah,
sort of stop
dog,
there.
just
I'm not really sure you know what loose morals means.
I got really
I think it
loose
means you
morals,
look at
bro.
something loose
Yep.
and you go, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, who doesn't? Am I right?
Okay. All right.
And like, yeah, look, I'm just saying, you know, like I got some killer moves. Like, I'm gonna like step in there every board meeting we got, bro. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna just like blow their minds, dude. You know, it's gonna be like crazy. And like, I got a man bun. So like, they're gonna take like snapshots of me, like that Canadian guy. They're gonna be like, whoa, he looks rad as fuck. You know, and like that's what you want. You want like a good hype man, right?
Yeah,
you
so
want to
that's
be the hype man,
something we're looking
right?
for in the Vice President of the United States, yes.
Also, like, you know, you want to know that your vice president's got your back when like somebody's trying to like get up in your shit, right? I got a katana, bro. So like, I feel like I can really kill it at this job.
Did the voice and everything come from the man bun alone?
Yeah.
Which of those inspired that? Yeah. Well, honestly, that sounds like an incredibly impressive resume, Mr.
Yeah.
Mr.
I am a mister.
Mr. Yeah. But we do have one final question for this particular interview. We do have to make sure we get the absolute best applicant for this particular job. So
Right.
I was looking through your resume. You mentioned you control a black hole.
Look, dude. My dad, he like left me this black hole when he like went off to get cigarettes, and like it's the one thing I have of his, you know, and I keep thinking I should like get rid of it, but like apparently they're like dangerous and shit, so like I just keep it around, you know, but like I'm not gonna use it on you, bro.
So you're not going to be bringing it into the office because we do have very strict
Nah, man,
policies.
I don't even think I can.
No, I mean.
But like, I don't know. I'm not like all sciencey stuff, you know.
Understandable. We do have a team for that. They did specifically say quantum singularities nowhere within 100 yards of the office. Is
Right.
that's something you could actually?
Dude,
you could be okay with that.
I'm down. Yeah, that's
Right.
totally like I get it. Yeah.
Right. You're not at all worried about the potential of the destruction of the planet at all.
Should I be?
I mean,
is that like the plan? Because I've got really loose morals.
Nice, like it.
So.
Well, thank you for your application, Mr. Yeah. We'll be in touch. We're going to have to interview a few more applicants for this position. It's very important. So, I see here, Mr. Strippin, I presume.
That's me, yeah.
All right, are you interviewing for the position of London gangster, or?
No, but you said on the CV, be just plain stupid.
No, we
So
said
who I am.
Vice President of the United States.
Yeah, just plain stupid.
That is a fair point that I hadn't considered. What else do you believe that you would bring to the position of Vice President of the United States of co-optional call?
I've got really jacked forearms.
And how do you envision that helping this position and enhancing the overall worldwide?
Well, it doesn't hurt. That's British.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not familiar with that.
I've been to the airport. So.
How do you imagine this raising our global profile?
well, my forearms are so jacked that when I do jazz hands, I can actually take flight.
That would save us significant cost on private jet and flight expenses.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable argument to be made there. That would provide more value for the shareholders. But I would like to know, there is a final qualification on your resume that you mentioned there. Could you explain that for me?
Yeah, I'm a macho man.
A macho man?
Yeah.
Do you want to be a macho man? Do you envision yourself in 5 years being a macho man?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. Glad to hear that. Well, there was a final detail that we checked out there that kind of got flagged up by our HR people. I just wanted to clarify that. According to this, you have a black belt in something. You didn't mention exactly what.
Gains.
What is required to gain a black belt in gains?
Dirty bulk, pull-ups, push-ups, jazz hands.
Right, so you're going to need full pass to the corporate gymnasium. Right, excellent. Good to know. Thank you for your wonderful interview, Mr. Is it Strippin or Stripin?
Not sure.
All right. Well, we'll have HR look into that if you happen to qualify for the position. Thank you for your
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Appreciate that. We'll be in touch. All right, next applicant here. So, apparently you're very much in control, which is something we're definitely looking for on applicants here. But what's your actual name?
That's it.
Really? Huh. Is that a Puerto Rican descent or?
My parents were German.
Ah, okay. That makes a disturbingly scary and terrifying amount of sense.
It's a pre-World War II name.
All right, okay. Well, right, okay, good to know that. Yeah, it's a solid lineage. We don't discriminate in this company, of course. You know, we have very diverse hiring practices. So I'd like to know what exactly you believe makes you qualified for this particular position.
Yeah, I mean, the first one's pretty self-evident. It tests well. It's pretty hip with everybody. I am just liberal.
Liberal in terms of your political stance, or?
Let me explain. So you're at dinner with me. You're like, pass the mustard. I'm like, I insist on squirting the mustard for you.
Sure.
A lot of people, 1 strip, maybe 2. I'm going for like 4 or 6.
Oh, okay.
Very liberal about it. Kind of keep going with it.
All right. So you describe yourself as a generous person, then?
Liberal.
So not necessarily a generous person.
Just liberal.
Liberal. Okay. Well, that's fine. We don't discriminate one way or the other in co-optional court, but we would like to know what exactly you feel you've got in terms of experience that you can bring to this position.
Well, being a liberal person likes to kind of spread it around and give more than their fair share. I would also describe myself as lumbersexual.
So, it's not something we generally pry in corporate policy sort of forbids that, but since you brought it up and since you're volunteering that information, would you mind expanding on the term lumbersexual?
Fair enough. There are literally dozens of us.
Right.
Lumbersexuals are people that believe very strongly in, if you're going to give it 1 chop or 2 chops, no. We cut the whole wood down, and we're very fond of wood. We're very fond of cutting wood. You can read that however you want. When I see wood, I need to get it down. All right? What I do.
Most of the furniture in our offices is primarily composite polymer, but we have a couple of, would you prefer a wooden desk? Is that the sort of thing that would work for you, or would that be a distraction to
It's not so much the desk wood that I kind of aim for. It's more of like a morning wood.
Right, yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I'm quite familiar with the concept. Yes.
It was so close.
Yeah, it's erection. Yes, well aware of that.
Some people call it wood. We normally, some people are like, no, it's not wood. Us, it totally is.
Right, it is.
Believe firmly.
Quite literally, not in a metaphorical sense. A very literal.
Hardwood.
Right. Like a conifer, evergreen.
Yeah.
All of those things.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
So this next one.
Good top hobbies.
I think with this being an adult room, I'm going to just leave it to your imagination more so.
Yeah, you've done a very good job of that so far.
Yeah. On the theme of lumbersexual, I also have a qualification and an expertise even in the jackhammer. So I know that bears some explaining.
It would, and this is. You are interviewing for the Vice President of the United States.
That's my trigger word.
I'll try and avoid that in future.
Thank you. So jackhammer, typically if you're a lumbersexual, you don't associate with jackhammers as well, but I think under the Vice President role, what better than to have someone that's both lumbersexual, but also really fond of jackhammers?
And jackhammers are a classic American pastime, I would say. We should own at least 1 per neighborhood. I think the right to bear jackhammers.
Again, not
something enshrined.
Actual.
No, no, you're talking about something else, aren't you?
The sex act.
Yeah. As long as you're not doing that on company property, at least during...
Is that against the rules?
Only during working hours.
I did not know that.
We could... we can potentially make an exception based on
Do your rules
your
go into play after you're hired, do you think, or is it kind of a...
Well, I mean, we generally expect our applicants to respect the overall decorum of the office.
Now, I respect them.
Okay.
But...
Are we going to have some sort of problem here?
No.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about. My last qualification is simply, and these are trying times, I have a driver's license. So...
Now, I will say, as Vice President of the United States, you will not actually be allowed to drive your own car. We have a Secret Service security detail specifically for that. It would actually be an extreme liability for you to do that. So I assume you're going to be turning in your driver's license until your term expires, yes?
Are you a fan of Kiefer Sutherland?
I know of him.
He's in a show called Last Man Something or Another. Basically, the premise is everyone in the government dies except for him, and I assume that means people that drive him. Now, if he doesn't have a driver's license, in this case it's me, I'm Sutherland,
that's fair.
I can't drive.
That's fair. I think that's very reasonable.
Did we talk about lumber sexuality?
We did. We actually more than once, actually. You did bring that up quite frequently, and not sure it's 100% relevant to the qualification here, but there was one final thing that I would like to discuss with you, and that is the concept of balls. Now, what we found... Now, we didn't find this quite strange. We do have a very standard application form with it's 3 or 4 pages, and you can see. There are several segments of this form that you simply wrote the word balls over and over again. When we weren't 100% sure what that meant, if it was some sort of acronym, perhaps related to your extracurricular activities, we'd just like you to clarify that for us.
I think this is a wonderful opportunity to take kind of the direct interpretation of something and apply it a little bit more liberally, if you could.
Yeah, of course. We know you're very good at that.
When we hear balls, or you're thinking acronym, that kind of stuff, no, we're still talking about just testicles.
Right. So far we have... But we have discussed the whole package, I think.
Yeah. Okay. A lot of the traits I talked to you about were very, like, me-oriented.
Yes.
Jackhammering. Lumber sexuality.
And it's good that you're...
things on your hot dog.
You are very clear as to what you want, and
right.
that assertive quality is very important in the Vice President of the United States.
I feel like with balls, though, we can, what better way than to describe an object that is spherical, it is equal all around itself. And if we just apply attention or give love and care to one half, one side, we're not doing our whole job. And that's what the previous presidency has done.
Yes,
okay? So
absolutely.
It
should be for all Americans.
I'm going to get those balls, and I'm going to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And you will not, if you have balls, or if... Listen,
know someone who does?
They will be taken care of.
Good.
Not in the office, though, as I just
No, we do have very strict policies in regards to that.
Are we pretty sure about that?
Yeah, it's been around for quite some time. There's actually several pieces of extremely harsh corporate legislation involving that.
When you say quite some time, you mean today?
I mean, probably for the past 50 or so years, it has applied. So this kind of thing that you probably should be aware of before coming in again.
Yep.
Regardless of that, thank you for your enlightening interview. I will be sure to be in touch. Now, we do have a final applicant for this position of Vice President of the United States.
Yes, hello. It's
that's the left hand. That's very un-American, but,
Thank you. I'm sure you just noticed my very limp handshake.
Wow. It was extremely limp.
Sorry, it's just, I'm also nervous. So it's going to be like talking.
There is known to be some public presentation in the position of Vice President of the United States.
I'm not super comfortable with that.
Okay.
I have a really bad lisp.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if that was evident.
It's a little noticeable, I will admit.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay. What's the job?
Vice President of the United States. So there's a bit of public speaking involved.
Okay.
Handshaking in particular is something you may want to work on?
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you.
I prefer if you did, but honestly, for the position of Vice President of the United States, that isn't a good quality.
I'm not really sure why I'm here. See, I still live with my parents, and they just want me to get a job, so I get out of the house, and I just applied to the first thing that I saw.
It's good to see that you've taken initiative there. That's great. You know?
I mean, I'll still do it, but I don't know if it'd be good for your company, because I am literally the worst.
It's interesting that you would put all of these things on your resume, one after the other.
Resume.
I feel like you've been very open with us today, and that is great. But I would like to know specifically what you feel any of these qualities brings to the position.
I mean, any deal we do, we can back out on, because this handshake doesn't mean nothing.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, that would not be legally binding in any sense of the word.
That doesn't even work.
We could get you a proxy for that. That'd be better.
Yeah. Can you sign this piece of paper saying I was looking for jobs?
I can get Maureen to do that in the secretarial department later if that's okay with you. We'll just sort of skip that part.
Fair.
Yeah. So we've read your resume, and it sure was a resume by the loosest definition of what we know as one. But there was something that I'd like to clarify. You said you've been having a run of bad luck lately.
Doesn't sound like me. I don't know why I put that on there.
No, you didn't.
I still live at home, baby.
Yep.
I got no debt. I don't really do anything.
And it's good that you'll be able to devote all of your time to the position. And you're very focused on family.
Yes.
Obviously.
I watch a lot of reality TV.
Really? What? Any particular shows?
Oh, Bachelors in Paradise is pretty good. There's a girl on there who dressed up as a shark.
Crash onto that.
Are you okay? Or
I was just laughing.
The backside of one of his cards is bad laugh as well.
Well, Mr. Literally the Worst, we may be in touch.
Thank you.
Hey, there is a possibility, numerical possibility that may happen.
My pager number is on the
What's wrong with having a pager?
Just page me.
Okay, we'll find someone that has one of those. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury and the American voting populace, I'm going to require you to make a good decision for once and vote for the Vice President of the United States. Will it be Dodger?
Oh my. Get out.
All right.
Will your next leader of the country be Strippin?
Air Force One.
I'm not sure we're legally allowed to do that because you're not a natural born citizen, but, there may be ways around that. It's not that law matters anymore. Jeff? Good, strong populist theme there for Jeff. I like it.
Out there.
Yeah, it's good. I'm sort of sowing the seeds of discord as we go.
That's exactly why lumbersexuals have still not come out.
Indeed. That's something we could work on in future. That could be one of the key campaign promises. And that thing. I think we're electing Jeff Vice President of the United States. Congratulations.
Woo, congratulations. I made it.
It's a great position, really.
I'm so sorry.
Absolutely love it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, absolutely love it. All right, we have time for one more round of this before we move on to
all new
Snake
cards,
Oil.
right?
Indeed, we're going to all new cards this time.
Let it be known I didn't switch out any of my cards. I got all 4 of those.
And you just stuck with it?
Yeah, I'm just like, I'll be the worst.
All right. Okay, don't just whack them in a pile. We'll get rid of them later. All right, 4 cards, 4 new cards, 4 new cards. Here we go.
I got Leo.
Hand them down. There we go. 4 new cards. Wonderful. Isn't it amazing? It's incredible, isn't it? There's a pile of cards. Nobody's remotely interested in what's happening right now.
Are you kidding me?
Not that we could really blame you. There's
all of
5.
mine start with P and are related.
Me too.
How convenient.
Yeah, okay, all right.
There you go. It's almost like I didn't shuffle them or something.
Oh, yeah. These are in alphabetical order.
Apparently they're in alphabetical order. That was quite a surprise to me.
All of mine also start with P.
This will be wonderful then, I'm sure. All right. I like how you're swapping out before you even know what the job is.
What the job is,
Dude,
The card was passive-aggressive.
You'd be surprised how
believe you
useful
got
that
rid of
can
poor
be.
judgment.
When the job is a televangelist. Oh, my.
I'd like to go first.
I'm sure you would. Some swapping around there. There you go. All right. Praise be, praise be. Welcome to the mega church of co-optional.
Yep.
And today, a budding acolyte, a servant of our Lord, potentially, Mr. Jeff in Control Robinson.
Thank you. Thank you. Save your applause, though, for the end, please, as I got a lot to get through.
Praise be.
So for this job of proselytizing to the people, one of the most important things you got to have is you got to have pride. If you don't have pride, and if you don't believe in yourself, then none of these idiots that are trying to follow your word are going to follow your freaking word.
Of course not.
That's it.
Well, we did note several times that pride is a sin.
I was going to spend more time on pride.
Something of it. No, that's a mortal sin.
That's what I'm
One
saying.
of the 7 deadly, actually.
I was going to really establish pride.
It's good that you
I'll
have
be humble.
accepted this into your life and you can ask for forgiveness. A good understanding of the 7 deadly sins, very important in our line of work.
Is this a Christian church?
But we like to claim...
I thought our 7 deadly sins was thou shalt not reserve a game before its sale comes out.
No. That's a different cult entirely.
I thought another one of the
Easy
7 deadly
mistake to
sins
make.
is we are not game journalists.
No one here is, I would hope.
Okay.
If so, you will be cast out. Get back here. Is one of the peas Polycon?
Now, it's important to be proud, but not too proud for these people. So my next one that I did was privilege. And I feel like what worse of a spokesperson for something than someone who stands up in front of you and you're like, he's got dirty fingernails, or he's probably worked a day in his life. In my case, one of those two is not true. My hands are filthy, but I have not worked a day in my life.
And one said...
These are too real. Everyone's like, yeah.
It's like, oh, God. These are actually surprisingly realistic.
I'd actually vote for that. They're like,
yeah, oh, God.
I do like privilege. Okay,
And
well...
privilege is a very useful thing for
a lot
anyone
of
who
times
has
when a
it.
plane's going like this and people try to pull up, I'm going to jet it further down.
Yeah. This is going in a very interesting
another one of my
direction.
qualities, which I'm sure you would understand.
I'm well aware of that already.
It looks like you are.
Yes, I could tell.
I feel like this quality is really important because...
This is too real.
These cards are too good and it's too real. I don't know. I'm done with that one, actually. It's so good. It's better than I am, so I can't even do it. My last quality is I have a private jet.
The ability to spread the gospel to anywhere with a local municipal airport.
It's also too real. There's like church leaders that take helicopters to their...
Yes. Well, they're born upon the wings of Christ.
All right.
That's how it basically works, right?
I was expecting to be way meaner, but I don't want to do that.
No, we're already like extremely uncomfortable. So, just to make sure, you have a interesting choice in fashion, sir. We would like to know why you're wearing particularly tight, skinny jeans.
Oh. My tight, skinny jeans?
Very tight.
And how they relate to my
jeans.
Application for this job?
Yes. In particular, we would like to know how that would benefit
I used
the
all
Church
of my wiener
Co-optional.
jokes in the previous one, so I have nothing there.
You have nothing there.
Literally.
Nothing.
I'm a eunuch.
Praise be.
I feel like one of the best kind of leaders that could stand before a congregation and explain to them how to lead their lives is someone that isn't ruled by sexual desire. I literally am a eunuch. So when I wear skinny jeans and you see nothing there...
You know there is...
I'm genuine. Or a tucker.
Indeed. There is no path to the devil to be
All
found
my jokes are just to get John to crack just for a second. I said Tucker, and he literally turns like, not again. That's it, yeah. I don't win. It's fine.
You have blessed us all with your wonderful presence here today in our Church of Co-optional. Thank you very much. We will be in touch, assuming you are not...
Yeah, your church is really good, by the way.
It's great. Look at this.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
We do have more applicants, however. Many come to our flock. Few, perhaps, are accepted.
Hello, sir.
And your name is?
Pastor Montgomery, sir.
Oh, my God.
Previous experience, a pastor in what church? What denomination?
Well, sir, I took a $17,000 online degree in Scientology. Money well spent. Money well spent.
I have to ask, was the reason for that to research the opposition, as it were, to ensure that our faith will be the only true faith, will be the faith that everybody knows to be the universal...
Well, no, sir. You see, I want to be an evangelist, and as part of the course, they cut your leg off and give you a peg leg because it brings you closer to death.
It's very severe.
I'm sure it does, but how does it bring you closer to God?
Because when you die, you go up.
Yeah.
You do. You would, but you don't appear to be dead, sir.
But for a moment,
so
I was close. Look at my peg leg.
Yeah.
You claim you... So either you have seen the face of God or you are yourself a pirate.
Yes.
Some would say they are one and the same.
Some might.
Yes, they would.
Are you sure you're not a pirate?
I'll be honest, sir, I got really poor judgment. And I've made some mistakes along the way.
We can tell by the fact that you're here today.
Yes, sir.
And I noticed there's one more thing.
Oh,
here.
no, also, sir, I'm a pathological liar, so... None of this actually happened at all. I lied on my...
That's his real leg.
My resume.
That is it. That is, in fact, the most honest thing that I've heard anyone say in this church. It truly moves me to tears.
It's also a lie.
That is true. Or is it?
Or I just want to serve the Lord, sir.
Or do you?
Or do you?
Well,
no, I do not.
What? I'm just really confused as where we are
That's
now.
a lie. I do.
There's a bit of a problem, unfortunately, with your application here.
What's that?
And it seems that you wrote the whole thing in invisible ink.
No, sir, that's a lie. I didn't write anything.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise me. It's going to be hard to top, but Mr. Pro Jared, I presume.
He's doing a Dodger impression.
Oh, God, here we go.
What up, dude?
You seem a little distracted.
Oh, no, I'm all here. It's all good.
Well, we're not too fond of that.
Oh, no, it's cool. See, being a televangelist, you gotta talk to people. Look, when you're like a really big pothead like me, I'm pretty sure I've seen a God like 8 times. I couldn't tell you which one, but I've seen a couple. So.
Well, there was only one true God, as of course you're well aware.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them, and like now that I feel like I've made this connection that really expanded my mind. You know, now that I actually know him, so like I feel like I have everything we need to lead him the right path. Like, for example, everyone, 1, getting weed. 2, we should all have popped collars. You know, I'm just talking looking like me.
Well, we call those dog collars, actually. Not popped, but it seems as if you have experience with them already.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because, like, you know, that way everyone's getting high. We're all looking the same. That's how you all know.
High towards the Lord.
Exactly. We're all part of the same thing. And I also think everyone should really know. Like, I want to teach them my ways, you know?
And what ways would those be?
This one's too real, too.
Yeah, but just, look, I'm a polygamist. So, you know, we just get a lot of weed, and we get just, like, a lot of women all together. And you know what I do with my bitches?
Oh, I'm sure you're going to tell me.
I pound them.
I'm sorry, pound them?
Yeah, just get right up in there.
In the...
A surprising amount of energy.
This is too real.
This is...
You know this person? This is too real?
Well, moving swiftly on, there was one final detail that we just wanted to clarify.
Oh my God.
You see it?
What is a happy ending? Nothing more needs to be said. That's done. Now, we are a progressive church here in the Church of Co-optional. And we have just ordained our first female minister. Perhaps we will ordain a second here today.
Dodger.
Oh, hello.
Perhaps we will
Oh my
not.
gosh, it smells like the Mary Jane in here.
Yes. The Mary Jane Jesus, yes?
The Mary...
Mary Jesus. The baby Mary Jesus.
Well, so, you might have noticed I have a very piercing voice.
You do?
And,
That could be useful in the...
I think so, because, like,
yes.
it's almost like nobody can stop listening to me. You know, like, when I talk, everybody's always just looking at me, and I feel
You
like
wanna swap
I
seats?
can really, like, get the message out there, you
I'm
know?
looking at the clock.
And, like, here's the thing, right, is that what we want to do, like, as... Sorry, are you okay? Oh my gosh, I didn't even see you there.
Face that way.
Well, okay, so what I'm thinking, right, is that you want it to be like when they're watching it, it's like they're at church, right? So it actually turns out that when I was in my hometown church, I was the organ enthusiast, and I totally know how to play the organ, so I can like play it on TV, and I can talk about Jesus. And it's gonna be amazing. They're gonna be like, wow, it's like I'm at church, but I'm actually on my couch.
Moving swiftly on to the other qualifications on this sheet.
Well, I'm very patient with people.
I'm glad
feel
someone is.
Well, you know how there are so many pastors. Just to be serious for a second.
Okay.
You know how there are so many pastors and so many ministers, and people are like going on their online dating profiles and finding out that they're like terrible people, right? I don't even have one. So like, if they like tried to find me, if somebody was trying to like stalk me and like find out about me, like there would be nothing to find because I don't date anybody. So
I can't imagine why that would be.
yeah, so like my whole life is gonna be just about this. I'm gonna be here all the time.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
How do I get this off?
There is one final issue that
Okay.
Can you address, there seems to be some sort of animal on your shoulder. What's with the sloth?
Oh my gosh. You can see it?
Holy shit. Praise be.
Praise the Lord.
A miracle has occurred. Oh, wow. Okay. The newest minister of the Church of Co-optional will be Pro Jared.
Pounding bitches, baby.
Maybe not. Jeff in Control Robinson.
Thank you.
We'll call you later. Strippin. Or the most annoying woman on earth. Congratulations.
Thank you all so much. I promise I'll do you proud. Praise the Lord.
I'm sure you will. All right, we have 21 minutes to go, which means we're going to switch over to the final game. If you hand me a box or indeed a bottle of snake oil.
I just see Jared over there like, and I just know I caused it.
Well, you can tell we use this one at MomoCon because this is all over the place.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord, indeed, right. Okay.
Praise the Lord.
No, not in this case. All right. So this is a game about pitching fake products. So everyone will receive a hand of cards, as always, and we will pick a customer that is going to come into our wonderful fake store. And these guys will, usually they have about 30 seconds to pitch it, so we'll loosely adhere to that rule. And they will have to pick the best product using 2 cards, combining 2 cards to make a wonderful fake product that would be very, very useful for everybody that we have in our store today. I think it probably was. Yeah. So I'm going to deal out a hand of, I don't know if this is even the rules or not, 6 cards to everybody to come up, and you have to combine 2 of them in order to make a wonderful, awesome, awesome product for
The last time that I played this, it was with Jeff and Anna, and
we got crushed.
Yeah, I was so intimidated.
I'm glad we only brought one of them this time. It's just, it's not remotely fair, I have to say. Now, in terms of which customer we are going to be dealing with, it's in this pile of cards somewhere. There we go. So, we need to come up with a wonderful fake product in order to sell to a taxi driver.
Okay.
This is a complete disaster. There we go. And whoever happens to come up with their product first can go first. And you've got about 30, 45 seconds or so for your pitch. A taxi driver. Okay. Anyone ready to go?
I'm good, yeah.
Okay, we'll start. You are pitching a product to a taxi driver. Your 30 or so seconds starts now.
Well, listen to me, sir, right now. I know what you're thinking. You get a lot of people coming into your taxi all the time. All kinds of different people. Who knows what they had for lunch? They're coming in all the time, and they are just stinking up your taxi. And there's a person who comes into your taxi, and they complain about the smell. And then they make it worse. And there's nothing that's going to make your taxi experience that much worse than all the people coming in stinking up. That's why you, sir, you need a fart vacuum. You just take that vacuum, you take that fart, just suck it right up and get that smell right out of there. You just shoot it out the window right from everyone behind you. So not only do you get to take all the smell right out of your taxi, you get vengeance on all the pedestrians walking around the street because you just shoot it right in their face. Just get it right out of there, shoot in their face. So not only do you get the satisfaction of having a nice smelling taxi, you get to fart on people in the street.
That is a thing.
Oh my gosh.
All right, who could do one better? Selling to a taxi driver. Your 30 seconds, Jeff, starts now.
Automation coming out soon. We've got Ubers, we've got Lyfts. The taxi industry needs a boost. And what better way to get that boost than to keep your people in that taxi? What's one of the main reasons someone gets out of a taxi? Shit and piss. Now, I'm going to talk about adding a toilet function with a button inside of your taxi. For one, so if you don't have to do those things, what do you not want to see? A toilet or a fart vacuum.
No.
So if you're going to step into that taxi and you want to take that dump, hit the button, toilet opens up, take the dump. Other problem with taxis, sometimes people vomit. Not a lot of people make it to the toilet when they need to vomit. I certainly never do. But if I had a seat that I hit a button that turns into a toilet, you bet your ass I'd go right between my legs into the toilet.
Wonderful.
Increase profits, increase business, keep your people in the taxi. We're talking all good things here.
Fantastic. Very hygienic proposition. Stripping, can you do any better? Selling to a taxi driver.
You're a taxi driver. Money's tight, you're depressed, and your life sucks. I'm going to teach you in a 10-step guide how to monetize your body snake. That's right, your penis. And you're going to make money.
We never get away from this.
This took such a turn.
Tell me more about your body snake.
Oh, it's not my body snake, it's your body snake. I'm going to teach you how to make the money. And then I'm going to take a cut.
How?
Of your body snake.
No. No. Right, that was your pitch.
This is the ultimate snake oil.
It's
There's
a-
no product.
It's a pimp business. Are you kidding?
Okay.
All right.
I'll stick with the Uber. Dodger, what you got?
Okay, look. You've got your taxi, right? But you don't always want people just hopping right into your taxi, right? You're in a busy city, and people, even when you have your light off, are going to be like, there's a taxi, I got to get in the taxi, right? So the only way that you're really going to keep people from just assuming that you're available and just always there for them, and you're not taking some you time, is to get a sticker boat. Now, this doesn't sound like it makes sense, but let me pitch it to you. So, when you need some me time, right, you're going to put this sticker on your taxi. At first glance, people are going to say, I can't get in that. It's a boat. They're not looking for a boat out in the middle of the city. That's not going to help them. They're looking for a taxi. And guess what? You ain't no taxi right now. You're a boat, and you're taking some you time.
All right. I can see that.
Pretty amazing.
Okay. Look, your life didn't go where you thought it would. It's a reality for some people. It's okay. But it's important to keep doing your job and making sure that your customers, those riding with you, are not aware of your crippling sense of internal despair. Well, don't worry. We have a solution to that that can both hide the despair, the crying, the depression, and also increase the safety of your ride on those increasingly dangerous streets. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the discerning taxi driver, the regret helmet. Put on your regret helmet, hide the tears, hide the stink of self-despair and deprecation, and then in the process, if involved in an unfortunate accident, you are slightly less likely to acquire a concussion. Concussions cost money. Medical bills, very expensive. You can prevent it. You can prevent it all. You can hide your pain under our patented regret helmet.
That one was so sad.
Can I get one of those, or?
I'm selling them after the show, actually. I assume most people here would want that after Co-optional Lounge. But for the discerning taxi driver, would you want a
Fart vacuum.
But what do you think about a
Toilet button.
Consider purchasing
a 3-step guide to monetizing your body snake.
Deceive potential customers with
The sticker boat.
and act as if everything's all okay under your regret helmet. I'm thinking sticker boat wins out by the margin there.
I think a sticker boat.
Oh, good.
you.
I want a sticker
Thank
boat
you.
now. It's very good. All right.
Good idea.
I'll start making them immediately.
Indeed. All right. We're going to give you guys a few extra cards. So. No, it's fine. Just leave them there. I'll deal with it later.
No, he's going to need more cards now.
Oh, for God's sake. All right, keep the cards you currently have. I'm going to hand 2 more to those who played it right.
How many are we supposed to have? 5?
You need 6.
I really don't care. Yes. 4, 5, 6. There we go.
I need 1 more.
Yep. More are coming. More are coming. Let me go.
Thank you.
Indeed. All right. So now, anyone need an extra one?
More.
There we go.
Oh, no.
I'll take 2 more. All right. The next customer that you're going to have to be selling to is a fashion model.
Ho ho.
Fashion model. See what you can come up with, and the first person that has an answer can begin their pitch immediately. Yes.
This is horrible.
Then it may very well be a great choice.
I need new cards.
Nope, not happening.
All right.
You got an entire mulligan.
You did this.
Nope. I don't accept the responsibility for any of the products sold at this show. Jeff, what you got?
A lot of times people believe fashion models to be something of success or failure based off of public perception, how they're received, and there's just so many issues around that. Well, I offer you a one-stop purchase that'll get you everything you need, and it is a news team for that fashion model that'll allow you a group of people that report on the news, make the news, fabricate the news, and put it out there. So what if, you're doing your fashion modeling thing, and the news just says, you're the best ever. They report on it. They can do that. That's what they can offer you. And if you become the best ever in the public's eye, you are the best ever.
Fair enough.
Done.
All right. Well, I think I can top that. So, The fashion model industry is a very busy one. You don't have time to deal with your hair, and yet your hair is one of the most important factors when it comes to getting those great jobs, taking those amazing photos and convincing everybody that you are the absolute best at what you do. Which is why I would suggest to you the latest in cutting-edge fashion technology. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the hair robot. Ooh. This particular robot, it's not just a robot that does your hair, it's a robot that is your hair. Nice. The ability to morph into any hair choice you would so desire.
I need that.
I would buy that.
The ability to immediately form the look that you need for any shoot in any situation. Resistant to water, resistant to rain, resistant to strong winds, and also it can attack when necessary. The attack and defensive mode will allow you to fend off any adversary using a variety of cutting implements and small drills. This is intimidating, terrifying, and convenient. Use the latest technology, ladies and gentlemen, in your fashion career with the hair robot.
When it comes to being a fashion model, there is one universal truth, and that is impossible standards. Impossible standards that they have to meet, and that's what? How much they weigh. They have to be super thin, and we got an all-new way to do that. All you need is to get you some stick blood. We take that blood, we transfuse it right in there, take all your old blood out, put the stick blood in, and immediately anorexic. You're beautiful, right on the front page of every Vogue magazine.
Eat healthfully, kids, and don't do that. Also, that's not science. Don't take away your blood and replace it with other blood, please. All right. There's got to be a better solution than this, surely.
Look, in my eyes, as a fashion model, you're spending a lot of time on your feet, right? Either you're at photo shoots and you're expected to just stand there and rock it, right? Or you're walking the runway, and that's so stressful. You're just on your feet all the time. So, I mean, of all of the things that we put on our body, I think the thing that really, really matters is socks. Because you want to know that your feet are comfortable, and that if you're going to be on your feet all day, that you are going to remain comfortable. And you know what I hate? When my socks get wet. So, introducing the raft socks. Now, you might think to yourself, they're not going to get wet, which means they're waterproof. No, no, no. They will not even go underwater. Water cannot even touch them. It's incredible, just incredible technology, and I promise you, your feet are going to feel like clouds all day.
Or rafts.
Your feet are going to feel like rafts all day.
Rafts, yeah, specifically rafts. I mean, would they really be rafts if they weren't even allowed to touch the water? You wouldn't be able to float on these things, right?
What do you mean? A raft isn't supposed to go underwater.
No, it's supposed to go in the water a bit.
No.
No, that's how boats work.
No.
Yep.
Don't tell me this.
No.
Okay, I'll assume it's the latest technology. We have one more product, I think.
We do.
Hopefully
Modeling.
better than the last one.
I'm going to change mine right now because
Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't
modeling
ruin it for
is
you.
a very dog-eat-dog industry. And it's important to get a leg up on your opponent, which is why we're introducing the booger glove. You can place tactical boogers on rivals right before the photo shoot in any location with a simple touch of the booger glove.
That's gross.
Yeah. And then when the time is right, you can sell them our other product, which is the rope and box.
God damn, what? That's dark.
We're not going to sell that product.
No. No, we are not.
Booger glove.
Not together, anyway. Good Jesus. Why? Okay. To a fashion model, would you recommend
Stick blood.
Perhaps you would prefer
A news team.
Polite.
polite applause, yeah.
Polite.
Would you be someone that went so far as to own a
Booger glove. Specifically, and only a booger glove.
Would you be the sort of person that finds the idea of
Raft socks appealing.
how about a technologically advanced and highly dangerous hair robot? Everyone wants it. Of course
I
they do.
want it.
I want it. That would be great. I'd love it. All right. We have 6 minutes left. Let's get a few more rounds in, shall we?
Oh, a few more rounds.
Let's throw cards everywhere. We are disorganized. Here's 2. 2 for everybody. Very exciting. There you go. There's 2. So,
Booger Club.
2 more. That was the best you had. Oh,
That's why he wanted another mulligan.
Yes, that was abundantly clear. Well, the person that we are going to have to be selling to today is a caveman. A caveman has somehow appeared in your store. How did it happen? We don't know. We're going to assume he owns currency, or at least something barterable, perhaps some livestock, something very valuable in the world today. You could scam him out of that currency, out of that, with just a simple futuristic product.
You're a cake person. You're in the high-end industry of making cakes for weddings, birthdays, or just eating it. What's one of the biggest problems with cake production? It's those goddamn fish. And honestly, if they keep making their way into our cakes, this industry is going away.
Just to make this clear, we are talking about a caveman, not a cake man.
Let me start over. Why did you stop me there?
I just wanted to let it go and see where if you actually realized that this was a thing, or
I was waiting for the segue.
you genuinely thought.
That's really exciting.
Yes. That's it, man. Why would the
You let me go for like a minute.
When you go baker, or not cake man.
There are cake people. There's cake people everywhere. Anyway.
There are tens of us.
Try to imagine I hadn't said fish yet. You know what? I'll switch it up a little bit. I got another one. All right, look. Prehistoric life is tough. You got your dinosaurs. You got your disease. Sometimes you poop on yourself. That turns into a disease. You die as well. Life expectancy incredibly low. But what's one of the things that really pisses you off? Other people living. Now, this is a real issue. Scarcity is a word that hasn't quite yet been developed, but you better believe it's real. I've got a product for you, and it's pretty easy to obtain. It's called the Life Eraser. Now, it's cheaply made, so on the production level, it is literally just a stick and a sharpened rock, but on your end of the deal, this is a bludgeoning tool of excellence. Now, this is like months ahead of your time, but if I can sell it to you now, you'll be bludgeoning and blotting out competitive berry pickers and other families.
Bear pickers?
What are your cards?
Berry. Now,
I've lost the thread.
I choose to believe it was bear pickers.
Let me simplify it. You'll kill everyone. When everyone is dead, they can't steal your children, eat your food, or live in your cave.
He has a point.
There you go.
Fair.
Now, as someone who I see you and you're like very fashionable, enjoy the cape, and a man who loves capes.
Are you saying cake?
Yeah.
So it's caveman, not a cape man.
Oh, I thought you said cape man. I'm sorry.
What the fuck is happening?
It could happen to anyone.
This has to be the longest running goof.
Batman.
Look, as a caveman, you don't have a whole lot of possessions. It's clear. All you have is what? Your cave and maybe like a rock that you liked a lot and maybe named it. What do you want? Everyone else's stuff. But you don't want to be a dick about it. But that's the best way to survive. You can easily want everyone else's stuff. All you have to do is bathe yourself in this fountain of greed. Just wash yourself right on there and you're just like, wait, I want everyone else's stuff. You go out and you've got everything. I am not selling you a product. I am selling you a lifestyle.
Oh, wow.
Oh. We should have given him the televangelist job by the sounds of it. Wow.
Yep.
Well, look, cave living has its advantages.
Cake living.
Cake living has its advantages.
Cape living.
Cape living has its advantages.
It's any of those.
I'm trying to come up with another one. It's like, what right?
I know. Vape living.
Vape living has its advantages, yo. Look,
I'm a vape man myself.
you like your cave, but let's be honest, there are some issues when it comes to aesthetic. Decorating a cave can be difficult. Light levels, just awful. And as we are well aware, spending too much time in a deep, dark, dank cave can potentially lead to depression and mental issues further down the line. Don't worry, though. It can be tricky to deal with this lighting. Burrowing through meters and meters of rock is highly expensive and outside of your technological capabilities. However, I have an easy and cheap solution to your particular problem. Why don't you simply buy a couple of window posters? They can look like absolutely anything. You can have a window poster for the seaside, a window poster for a mystical forest, a window poster for the plains of Mordor and Mount Doom where the shadows lie. Whichever you would prefer, a selection, a six-pack, if you will, a variety pack available of incredibly cheap but excellently decorative window posters.
For all those cave windows.
All your cave window needs.
You're a caveman.
Last I checked.
Or
a cage man.
a cage man. You
Aren't we all caged
are a
men?
disgusting burly beast. And you are covered in hair.
Go
You're
on.
sleeping rough. Because sometimes that cave has a bear in it. And you don't want to fight the bear. Introducing the beard bed. Sleep on your beard outside.
He's saying beard bed.
Beard bed.
Beard bed.
Your whole thing rhymed. I'm completely...
I'm amazed.
Cake Man threw me off, so imagine this.
So you will sleep on your beard.
Yes.
Wonderful. Because you got kicked out of the cave by a bear.
Or just because you want to.
That's fair. Flexibility.
The beard bed.
We are out of time. We are going to very quickly go for the last pitch.
It's just your beard.
To a caveman, what is the product that you have to sell?
You should have a music belly because you're trying to get attention from your mate, so this way your belly will make a lot of music, and they'll be like, wow, what a big belly. They must eat a lot of food. Thank you.
Impressive. I think that wins the round. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time. Thank you very much for coming out to the Co-optional Lounge. Thank you.